Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, good evening.
Pranam, sir.
Khusra. Cold is there.
Little bit. Coming slowly. Sir, today what we'll do? We'll do Solow model.
Solow model.
Okay, sir.
Solow model. Robert Merton Solow.
Robert
Merton, M-E-R-T-O-N. Robert Merton Solow.
Sir, I will mute the button, audio button. I will mute.
Just after a few minutes.
Okay, sir. Robert Merton Solow.
Robert Merton Solow. Robert Merton Solow received Nobel Prize in Economics in 1987.
Okay.
He is American economist.
Yes.
And he criticized Harrod model. And established Solow model
Yes.
on the basis of capital labor ratio considering that capital labor ratio will change with change in time.
Will change with time.
Time. Harrod constant capital output ratio, capital labor ratio constant he had taken. Harrod taken constant, but he had rejected constant idea and says that capital labor ratio, a small r, capital labor ratio, small r, will change with the change in time.
But Solow rejected that idea
of constant capital labor ratio
of constant
capital labor ratio
constant capital labor ratio then
and established that capital labor ratio
yes
will always change with the change in time. Now on board, we are coming to board.
Yes.
The Solow model of growth. Nobel Prize to Robert Merton Solow, in 1987. In the model, R is capital labor ratio. R is capital labor ratio. R star is capital labor ratio R star is equal to S F R 1 minus NR. This is sustainable rate of change in capital labor ratio.
What is SF, sir? S savings.
I am explaining just now. This equation is main equation of Solow model.
Okay.
We will know all these points by breaking up. What is the R star is equal to S means saving, function of R means capital labor ratio, 1 minus N R. This is main equation. Have you written?
Yes, sir.
Write one line, capital labor ratio
Yes.
or capital stock
Hmm.
is R.
Yes.
It is mentioned by Solow
Hmm.
that capital labor ratio
Hmm.
will increase by the same ratio.
Will increase by the
Same ratio
hmm.
as
Hmm.
labor force increases. This leads to the attainment of a stable for labor productivity.
Yes.
This is equilibrium condition in the growth process. If R star is 0,
Yes.
if R star is 0, then SF if R star is 0, then SF R1 will be equal to NR. This is the most important matter. If R star is 0, then SF R1 will be equal to NR. K is capital, L is labor, Y is national income, S is saving, F is function,
Sir, S aggregate saving, total saving. Or
what?
saving. Sir, S is equal to total saving or saving rate.
Saving rate. Saving rate. And K star means delta K by delta T with respect to time.
That is capital accumulation.
Capital accumulation with respect to time. This is the main matter. Through capital accumulation, economic growth is attained. Economic growth. Through capital accumulation, economic growth is obtained. Next, K star is equal to a small s into y. This is equation 1. And this is the growth process, capital accumulation. That will be through saving rate into Y, that is capital accumulation. Volume of saving so Y is equal to function of K and L. This is equation number 2. So what we will do, that K star is equal to S and substitute the Y value KL. Substitute the Y value in K star. Then Solow equation will be number 3.
Okay.
In fact, labor with respect to time, we all know that labor equation is L0 E to the power NT so we rewrite K star.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, L subscript T, that is labored in time, in respect to time, is equal to L, what you have written?
L0. E, irrational number, E to the power NT. That shows that the population increases in geometric progression continuously.
Acha.
So this equation, K bar,
so we rewrite.
So we rewrite, putting this one, removing L for some time, K, and in place of L, we can write L O E to the power NT. Solow introduced R bar equal to K bar minus L bar. All are in optimum condition. And then divided R by R, K by K, L by L. This is introduced as equation number कितना हुआ है? What is the number of equation? Equation 4 है कि 5 है? Shravani?
5. 5, sir. 5.
5.
Equation number 5.
5. And another is L bar, L star by L is a natural population growth rate, that is 6. And then we have R bar by R.
Sir, one question. Sir,
Yeah,
one question. Sir, why we have divided that R, K, and L, those are in optimum condition, by itself R, K, and L? Why?
that is ratio, actual and optimum, K dash, K,
Actual and optimum. Okay.
yeah, K star by K, L star by L, R star by R. This was introduced by Solow as an optimal condition to get the golden path of economic growth.
Yes, yes. Okay, okay.
Now the condition will change.
Dividing
Solow introduced R by R star by R is equal to K star by K minus L star by L. This is equation. This is equation introduced by Solow. Now this equation will turn into
by Solow.
in his final equation, the first equation which we have seen earlier in a starting point. That is the main equation. We are now only reaching to that point. So L star by L, he considers that this is N. Population growth rate is a natural, and so it is. He has assumed L star by L equal to N. And now our equation will be here K star by K minus N minus N. Equation number 7. Now replace K bar. We know that K bar is equal to, originally we have seen K bar is equal to K and L. This we have seen in the earlier case. K bar is equal to S F K L. Now shift this value of K star to the equation 7. To the equation 7. R star by R and replace K star. K star को replace किसे किए? S F K L minus N.
S F K L.
S F K L by K N. Equation number कितना हो गया?
8.
कितना हुआ?
8, sir. 8. Equation number 8.
Now there is one important thing Solow has written. Solow writes labor capital labor ratio is K by L. capital labor ratio is K by
L.
L. Then 1 by R will be equal to L by K. This is the ninth equation. Now take this R from left side to right side in equation 8. Then we will have R star is equal to right side R S F K L by K minus NR. R will go on right side. Then N become NR. Clear?
Yes. Yes.
Clear है?
Yes, sir.
अब एक चीज करो कि K और L को L से डिवाइड करो और मल्टीप्लाई करो. R star R S F L K by L L by L NR. By K. क्लियर है? इक्वेशन कितना हुआ?
11.
अब इसमें क्या सोलो करते हैं? सोलो says that here you can write R S L by K F K by L 1 NR.
Now, instead of F, yes.
Now you are in a position to write it R S L by K is equal to 1 by R. L by K is equal to 1 by R.
1 by R.
K by L is equal to R.
R. 1. R will be cancelled out. R will be cancelled out. Then we will
Now
get
R will be cancelled out. And
SF is equal to R1
Solow
minus
equation,
NR. Yes.
Solow equation arrives. S F R
Very interesting.
1 minus
1
NR.
minus NR. Therefore, this is the first equation what we have learned.
Proved. Look there, first, in the starting discussion, we have shown you the equation. That equation given by Solow, that R star is equal to SFR1 minus NR. But there it was not clear that how he has introduced it.
Yes.
Step by step we calculate, and then we arrive to this point that this is the Solow growth model. This is Solow growth model.
This equation shows the Solow growth model. Okay.
This is the main equation. This is Solow growth model.
Isn't it, sir?
When you have to write one line only,
Huh.
only one line, this one, 14th equation will be right. In this equation, R is optimum
Yes.
capital labor ratio. R is
Optimum capital. Yes.
capital labor ratio, and the first term is known as capital. First term is known as capital growth rate. Second term is known as labor growth rate. First term is, there are two terms, first term, second term. First term is capital growth rate, and second term is labor growth rate. This is Solow fundamental growth equation. This is Solow fundamental growth equation. This is Solow fundamental growth equation. And if R star is 0,
Yes.
if R star is 0, this will
Then
give
yes.
us equilibrium. This will give us equilibrium. This is NR.
Sir, initially it is necessary to draw a production curve. Y is
Initially,
equal to FKL. Is this necessary to draw production curve? Y is equal to F function of KL, that production
no,
curve?
not necessary.
No. Okay.
I am telling you what Solow has said. But if IGNOU material shows, then you can write it.
Yes.
This is the
No,
original
sir.
thing.
I just want to know the original. That yes, original one I want to know.
So original
And it is accepted in everywhere. Which is not made.
original is
Whatever may be
always
the board, whatever may be the
original is always equal to best solution. No diversion. NR is labor force, and this is R1. Now, growth rate may be R1, growth rate may be R2. This is very flexible. Change will go on. When a stock of capital increases, marginal productivity of capital decreases.
Growth rate increases.
Growth rate increases.
Decreases.
NR line passes through.
Increases.
NR line passes through origin.
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 Yes.
So this is R and this is R star. So R star means golden rate of capital labor
Optimum.
optimum.
Go.
This optimum may be at E, maybe at E2, maybe at E3, and there will be fluctuations in saving forces and capital formation. Solow says that in his model, NR starts from 0, but if this is SF R1, SF R1, there is no intersection. This means this is unstable. This is also unstable. Here more production, and here less production.
And below production.
Less productive, but no equilibrium. No equilibrium. No equilibrium. This is R, this is R star, no equilibrium. So it is said, and it is urgently required, that NR starts from 0 and capital formation may fluctuate, but it will attain equilibrium at E1, E2, E3. This is NR. This is S, F, R1. This is R.
That means when fluctuation of capital.
Fluctuations in capital. In Solow model, there is decrease in marginal productivity of capital as a stock of capital grows. And therefore, it always falls down. Again, it goes up, again falls down. This is Solow model. Fundamental theorem of Solow model.
Sir,
Tell me what you want to tell. What do you want to
Sir,
tell?
this is golden rule of capital accumulation. Art
Yeah.
stud is no. I just want to say that. I just want to say that this is golden rule of capital accumulation.
Yes.
Art
That is.
stud is Art stud states that golden rule of capital accumulation.
Yeah. And this is he called it fundamental theorem. Fundamental theorem that
Fundamental theorem. Yes.
R star is equal to SF R1 minus NR is equal to 0. Then equilibrium will be established. SF curve intersect NR. N represents labor force. And R represents capital labor ratio. Fundamental growth equation. Fundamental is known as fundamental growth equation. Fundamental theorem nahi. Fundamental growth equation, Solow model. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Good night, sir. Sir, tomorrow what will do? Sir, tomorrow?
What will you read?
Tomorrow that rational expectations and economic theory, the next chapter.
Next.
Rational expectations and economic theory.
Jump.
Okay. Policy making under uncertainty.
Jump that section.
Oh, need not to do, sir. It is not needed.
Ordering में नीचे जाएगा वो.
Okay. Then consumption and asset price, intertemporal decision making. Ramsey model, overlapping generation model, and money and role of monetary policy.
इसमें रामसे मॉडल.
Ramsey model, okay.
रामसे मॉडल है ना, बाकी में कोई थ्योरेटिकल है, वो सब थ्योरेटिकल है, मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी है पूरी. Ramsey model.
Ramsey model. And that consumption and asset price?
That is, we have read it in consumption earlier also.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, then tomorrow we will do Ramsey model.
Ramsey model.
Okay, sir. Good night, sir.
Good night.
Pranam, sir.
खुश रहो.